Hello there. This is the very first in my new playlist, my new series of videos about classic movies, or what I regard as classic movies. And these are all ones that I own on DVD. So today I'm going to start with a fairly recent film. When I say classic, they don't all have to be old. And this one certainly isn't. This is from 2012, Cloud Atlas, which is an adaptation of David Mitchell's 2004 book, Cloud Atlas, which is his third novel. I've read the book actually. In fact, it's the only one of his books that I have read. But I must say, I read the book first, and I absolutely loved it. It's a very complex, labyrinthine story, which is basically six stories that sort of eventually interweave. And at the beginning, you're unaware of the connection between any of these stories. Now, this, I'd say, was a very, very difficult film to make, a very difficult adaptation of a complex book. And the Wachowskis, they actually did this. You'll know their name from various other films, particularly the Matrix trilogy, and I think it's Jupiter Ascending, and various other films that they made. The Matrix series being, of course, the most famous and the most successful of any films that they've done. This film did okay. I think it just about broke even. But it certainly didn't set the world on fire in the way that The Matrix would have done. Although I think this is actually a masterpiece of filmmaking. This is probably one of the most difficult books that you could have chosen to turn into a film. And I think they did an absolutely incredible job. There's an amazing cast in this film, and the acting is excellent. The direction is excellent. The CGI, the cinematography is also amazing. There's really nothing about this film that I could criticize, to be honest. They did stick to the story as closely as they possibly could. I think they really did this book justice, and it far exceeded my expectations. Having read the book in advance, I thought, my gosh, this is going to be difficult. I really wasn't expecting that much, and I thought it might be a sort of a watered down, trivialized version of the book. Because I mean, The Matrix, although it does have some highfalutin intellectual ideas, it is quite populist. It's sort of a sort of everyman type of film. This story is quite complex, and some of the ideas in it about the soul and sort of reincarnation or transmigration of soul are quite complex ideas, but I think they managed to communicate them in a very subtle way, which is apparent, but at the same time not overly pretentious. And this film does come across as accessible, and I think they did a wonderful job of retelling the story in a visual way and capturing the essence of the book. So there's a bunch of great actors and actresses in this film. I'm not going to go into great detail about the film itself, only just to tell you that I think this is a modern masterpiece of cinema. And I think the novel itself is a literary masterpiece as well. And one of the most impressive books I've read of the 21st century. I mean, we're only a quarter of the way through, but even so, of all that I've read from the last 25 years, I think this is one of the most impressive novels to come out so far in this century. And I would strongly recommend reading the book, perhaps first. But if you don't have time to read the book, and if you've read the book already and are interested, then I would strongly recommend watching this film. It's a fantastic sort of multi-genre film. It is a sci-fi, but it's not just a sci-fi. It's set in different time periods. I don't want to reveal too much of the plot because it could somewhat spoil the film. But there's 6 different sort of periods of time in which this takes place, and they end up cleverly sort of interwoven, which I won't explain how, because again that would sort of somewhat spoil the story. But it is a visual and storytelling feast, in my opinion, and one of the greatest films of the modern era, as far as I'm concerned. So that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed The Matrix, you'll find this is elements of it which are similar in style, not throughout, but little bits of it. So if you're a fan of their films already, I'd say you probably will enjoy this. And if it's unfamiliar to you, you don't know it, I would say just give it a go. Go into it with an open mind and prepare to be astounded by the story. And fair play to their direction. They really brought the best out of all the actors that they employed, and I think collectively they just did an absolutely fantastic bang-up job on this. And it's one of my favourite films, and I suppose that's why I picked this one to start with. So anyway, I'll leave it there, and I will be posting more films from my extensive library, and not in any particular order. I'm just going to pick out what comes to mind of what I think are like great films, and I'm just going to tell you about them. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little review, and please share it wherever you want. Give a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you want to see more of these videos as they come up, please subscribe to my channel and check out this playlist. You'll see on my channel I have a bunch of different playlists for different areas that I like to talk about. So all of these films reviews will be together under this playlist. Okay, thanks for watching. That's it for now. Bye bye.